Hello, this is Rmayfield, and thank you once again for tuning into this broadcast. I'm in Revelations chapter 18 today. The city in Babylon, Iraq will soon be rebuilt. The city must be rebuilt before it can be destroyed. The oil resources in that city is a reason for the final rise of this ancient city. It refers to that literal city of Babylon in this chapter 18. Although it is a different city, it has definite connection to mystical Babylon. They are separated so we can understand that one is a religious system that's going to rise and the other is going to be a literal city that's going to be rebuilt and destroyed. But they are different. The woman in chapter 17 was seen riding on a beast with precious stones and wealth, and the name of literal Babylon was known for, no identification was necessary because Babylon stands on its own, and throughout the Bible, Babylon is on a lot of pages in the Bible describing it. The name of literal Babylon was well known and throughout all of the world. Many of the prophets have written about Babylon. When God destroys Babylon, the reaction of the people are going to be shocked. Alas, that great city. They lament and they weep because in one day it's going to be destroyed. And isn't that interesting? Because literal Babylon will be destroyed at the end of the tribulation period. Babylon is to be rebuilt in the last days. It's been destroyed and been rebuilt several times throughout history, and we have to understand and realize this may not happen till after the rapture of the church takes place. It's possible it could be rebuilt before that time, but it has strong strategic oil reserves, and I believe that it's definitely going to be, as it's named in the Bible, literal Babylon. I believe that's what it means. There's a lot of people that say, and well-meaning people and good people who say that Babylon is New York City. But I believe if God wanted to call it New York City, He would have, and He names it Babylon. And I believe definitely Babylon is the one that is going to be destroyed at the end of the tribulation period. Babylon is fallen that great city, and that great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and the great Babylon came into remembrance before God to give her the cup of wine for her fierceness of His wrath. Babylon the Great is fallen. Alas, alas, that great city, that mighty city, for in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught in 1 hour. She is made desolation, and you can find some of those scriptures talking about Babylon in Revelation 4 and 8, Revelation 16 and 19, Revelation 18, verses 2, verses 10, verses 17, and verses 19, and it's very obvious to me that it's talking about that literal city. Remember, the Israelites were in captivity in Babylon for 483 years. 7 more years is going to be accomplished in the Great Tribulation period, and this is going to be, and Jerusalem is going to be trodden down of the Gentiles during that time, and that's when at the final close of the tribulation period, Babylon is going to come under the great judgment of God for her sins against Israel and against God. It is an idolatrous and filled with idolatrous city. It will never be inhabited again. I want to tell you, we're getting close to the coming of the Lord. I believe that day is at hand. We need to listen to what God's Word says. I know people nowadays are scoffing and laughing, and they're saying God's Word is not really true. One of these days they're going to find out that what God says in His Word is true and what God says is real. I stand up on the solid rock, and that's Jesus Christ. I believe He's the Son of God, that He died and rose again. I believe He's coming after His church. And I hope today you're ready and you've got your life straightened out, because Jesus is coming soon. Thank you so much for listening to the program. I'll talk to you again shortly.